Okay. The Let's create the project. So, let's create the project. So we will go to the Angular documentation. And here we'll say like which version of Angular. Get started. So since we are going to have our latest Angular, so we'll go with the. So I'm installing my CLI with a global command as with a global parameter. Okay, so the Angular CLI installed was 9.1.7. So now we'll create an app ng new. Okay, so the Angular CLI installed, and the app name is going to be survey. I'm just giving like surveys JSON. Or I'll do like something like survey. We'll say survey. Just go with the survey. Or use like just okay. I'll go with survey JSON. This should be fine. So I'm going with an installing this. So I need a routing for the. I added the routing and then I included the SAS files. So it's taking time to install the packages, the default packages which Angular required to build the app. Okay, so now my package got installed. Yeah, I'm back. So now that my default Angular app has been installed, so let me import the project into the BSS editor. So I kept my project inside the contribute, and there I have my project. Let's code. Not in the let's. I'm sorry. Yeah, survey JSON. Okay, so now package.json has been installed. So let me do something. Okay, so let's start that application. npm run start. Okay, so sorry, I need to go into the project structure. So npm run start. So ng serve, it has been started. Would you like to share? I'm saying no for this one. So at the first time, it is taking time to compile all the packages and okay. So let's try localhost 4200. Yes, my app has been created. So the next thing I want to do is like I need to install Bootstrap into my application. Since like I prefer Bootstrap since it's a pure, it has more, it has a good support with regarding CSS. So usually I used to go with material design or Angular material, but in this case like I want to keep my components away from Angular material and just want to create the components as a custom one. So I prefer Bootstrap as a CSS framework. So let's install Bootstrap. So npm install Bootstrap. So I'm going to say like npm. So before doing that, let me switch to a branch called develop. I'm sorry, like checkout -b develop. So now I created a branch develop, and from here I'm going to say like install, or I can go with yarn. So just prepare. Okay, let's go with yarn itself. Okay, let's go with npm install hyphen saved Bootstrap. I'm sorry. Yeah, the command is wrong. Okay, so I'm installing Bootstrap as a dependency package. Save development package. Yeah, the next one I'm going to do is like I need to install Font Awesome. So let's try Font Awesome. Let's say npm. Okay, so I'll go with the free version. Yeah, so they have the free version. npm install save Font Awesome free. Okay, now it has been installed. So let's configure these two packages into my Angular app. So add both Font Awesome and Bootstrap into this, yes, included the style sheet. So go one way. So just look at the node modules where we have installed Bootstrap and Phantasm. So okay, so Phantasm is available here. So let me include this Phantasm as a, let's say like as a SaaS package. Yeah. Okay, so we just want to include this one, phantasm.css. So copy the relative path and go here, and yeah, so I have included Phantasm. The next one I need to include is Bootstrap. Yes, Bootstrap is there. So go to distribution and I'll look for the SaaS package. Yeah, so here, yeah, I got the Bootstrap. Copy the relative path and paste it here. Perfect. So we have included both Bootstrap and Phantasm into the application. Yeah, so let's restart our application one more time. Okay, so we'll go back here and just see like, okay, so we want to remove this index file. So what we will do, like, go into this app component, so comment these lines. So what are all we don't want. So I don't want any of those lines. Okay, so the content has been removed. So now I need to create my application. So my routing part should be something like the URL which I'm, so it will be like, let's say like if my website is going to be like HTTPS or HTTP www.surveyjc7.com, then I need to access this survey with some URL param with some naming conventions, like I would say like resource something like survey one slash HTML, or I can go with any name survey slash one, and then so this one is a first survey, and if you want to access a different survey, then I should go with survey 2, second survey. Yes, so this is what my URL string needs to be. So let's create an application. So I'm going to keep all my application as a modular one. So say like I have created a project called survey. So inside that survey, I'm going to have my components as a separate folder, and then I'll hold all my services. So in this service folder, it will hold the API's interaction with the API service, which will interact with the back end and the front end. And if there is any common utils libraries across the components, so those files will be available within service. But so to put it in the right way, like the common services will be available in the instance service folder, and then I'm going to have my config folder. Since for the initial one I don't have a backend structure, so I'm going to configure all my questionnaire into this config. So yes, so now I'll create my what I'm going to do, like let me create my welcome page. So we'll have something like survey.html, or I would say like survey, just rename and say like as an Angular structure like component.html, and then we'll create one more file called survey.component.typescript, and then we'll have this routing and the modules and all. So survey.module.ts, and then we will go with one more level, like let's say if we want to have further and further routing steps within survey, then we can have we can go with something like survey.routing, survey-routing.ts. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is like we need to include our survey module within this application with the app content. So what we should app module. So we just say like import. So we don't have a module here, so just copy and paste this one. So survey module. So I don't have any of this module component. So in my case, it's going to be like just comment this one. So maybe later part I can explain you like what I'm going to include here, and remove this bootstrap. Instead of app routing, I can go with the survey routing. So we just copy and paste this one and place it in the survey routing. So we will call this as survey routing module. Then we'll go here and say like survey routing, and call this one like survey. Okay, so this should be like survey routing module. So just rename the file survey routing.module.ts. Okay, so just paste this one. Okay, yeah, to some extent we are good with that. Okay, so the initial structure wise, like now I need to create my component. So import component, then from @angular /core. So it should be capital C. Okay, but then I should have my component one. So this should be something like this. So selector. If you're not familiar with the syntax, just grab this particular piece and inject it here. So I'm going to rename this as survey, and then we'll say like so this is my dashboard. or it's going to be my first page. So let's have it like survey itself, and then say like survey dot component and then survey dot sas file. So once it is done, say like export class. I need to create my component. So survey component. Okay, so now then the next thing is my constructor. So yeah, so let's try with some variable title. I'm going to declare like survey. So inside my template, like since I want to check like whether my variable is printing or not, so we just say like title. Okay, so let's check. Okay, so everything is done, but still we want to. So something is missing in our application. What is that? Like we need to configure this template into that routing part. So what I'll do, like, so as a part of routing, I'll go here, and we need to add a routing inside this layer. So let's write the code for that. So before that, like, so we need to include our survey component inside this application. So inside this app module, so import survey component. So yeah, so it came here, and then like declaration survey component. Yes, so the survey component has been included. The next thing is the routing part. Okay, so the routing part, yeah, here. So let's check the syntax for routing. What is the exact one? We'll go with the Angular itself. Routing. Path match. Yeah, so okay, so we'll grab this default one. We'll say the path is survey, the first one, and then we'll call this component as component should be survey component. So we need to declare this survey component here. So import survey component from, I'm sorry, like, so it should be like, yeah, let's take this from now. Yes. Yeah, so we have included survey, and the path will be something like survey. Yes. So let's check. Okay, some exceptions getting thrown. So what they say is like, okay, so we don't have a survey component at SAS file. Let's create that. Survey.component.ss. Okay. Dot survey.component.ss. Survey.component.sas. Okay, it's getting compiled. Let me close my application and recompile it again. Start it again. Okay, it has been compiled successfully. Let's start the app. Okay, so let me go with slash survey. Okay, okay, still my component was not loaded. So let's check why it is not triggering the survey component. So component survey. Okay, so we'll go here into my survey component. Let's see like app module. So declaration, survey component, imports. Let's say like export. Okay, so exports. Okay, so now let's check here. Okay, still my component was not triggered. Let me check. Let me check like whether the component itself is getting loaded or not. So cross checking I'm going to use is add this on ng on it. So ng on it console.log. So whenever we are going to build an application, it takes some time for whoever developer it is, like it takes time to build that app. So we'll check. Yeah, still my survey code was not getting triggered. I'm sure something went wrong into my routing part. So path survey is fine. Then okay, I need to include my let's see which let me check. I need to include my survey component here. This should be survey. So this should be survey module. Yeah, so again declare this model here. So export class survey component, it is missing. Okay, so okay, so whenever we got an error, so it's an indication like we are nearing to that code. So what it says like survey component is listed in declaration of ng module. So listen, okay, so it has been declared in both places, so we just want to ignore at one place. So I'll go and ignore it from this app module since we already declared it there. So now it says like survey module is it missing ng module annotation. So we'll go in survey module. Let me close this one. so it has been compiled. Now we'll see, like, okay, so it has been compiled properly. Let's say survey. Okay, so now it's fine, like, but still my routing part is not triggering. So we'll go here and see, like, if we say surveys, let's say /survey. Invalid configuration route, path cannot start. Okay, so it should not be with slash. So title, yeah, so it's getting triggered, but still my, okay, now I understood the problem of, like, we didn't declare this component inside this one, so it's going to be like survey, yeah, so that is the reason it is not triggering here. Yeah, survey. I'm sorry, like, so this one needs to be the outlet. Yeah, perfect. Now we got our survey. Since I forgot to include that outlet part, so now we got our survey. So this is going to be a welcome page. So let's design it somewhere in such a way, like, since we use this Bootstrap. Let me check, like, what are the styles getting included. Okay, so we have Bootstrap already available. Let's have a design page with Bootstrap logo. So I'll go here and say, like, we'll grab some default template from Bootstrap. Go to the example one, and let me take a simplest one, like, okay, let's have this one. Okay, let's have a starter template. Okay, so we'll go and pick this view source. Or I don't want to, so I'll go with my own. Maybe we will design it later. So I'm going to select div class container, and then we'll have my title. Yes, so I have my survey app getting it done. So we'll say, like, welcome to Chunkcast survey application. Yes, so we will. So instead of h2, we will go use. Okay, h2 is there, but still it has a high. The syntax is pretty high. Yeah, that's fine. Like, we will take care of later part. So now I need to. So as per our requirement, like, so if I'm going to hit 1, it should go to the first survey. If I'm going to hit 2, it should go to the second survey. So in first survey, let's have some primary questions, like, so what's your name? What's your first name? What's your last name? Then, like, are you working from? Are you working? So we'll ask the second question. Okay, I'll say, like, are you student or professional? City, in which state you're living, and then we say like your technology skills in the order of 1 to 5. So these are my preliminary questions trying to do it today or in this session, or we can check in like how the survey libraries are having, what set of questions they have. Maybe I can try some. We can try similar to that. So we'll go here and create survey. So check the examples. So okay, so they have all this set of questions like checkbox, drop down. So these are the things they have, but we just want to have this survey. Okay, still I couldn't see that. Let's check like server.js. Create survey creator. Something is going as a creator. I don't know, like I didn't see any questions here. Okay, let's have our own instead of that. Okay, so those are my primary questions we are going to construct. So this is going to be our text input. So second will be my text input, and third is going to be something like a radio button, and this is going to be something like my drop down, and this will be my multiple selectable button. So I'll be back within 5 minutes. So check.